Hi, I'm Sam, your inner voice and self-trust coach for women who refuse to choose between career success and being fully present with their kids. This is Journal Entries, where we break free from self-sabotage, reconnect with our inner wisdom, and live truly fulfilled lives in both of our roles. Let's dive in. Welcome to today's journaling session. I have been feeling very in tune with my intuition lately. And so today I'm going to give you a little insight on why that might be and then help prompt you to get a little bit closer to your intuition. Before I get into that, I do want to say that strategic journaling in general will help you get closer to your intuition. And what I feel like intuition is your inner voice. It's just knowing what you want. I still remember my therapist asking me, "What do you want, Sam? What is it that you need?" And I just looked at her like a deer in headlights, like, I have no idea. I don't know. I never thought of putting myself first in that way. I knew that I should. It's like everyone says, quote unquote, put yourself first, prioritize yourself. But that just seemed like such an abstract thing to do when in reality, it's like, yeah, but everyone else should come first, especially as a mom. So the way that I started to get in touch with my inner voice was first an emotional brain dump. I just allowed myself to vent on paper or do it in a Google Doc if you've got a lot going on up in your brain. And then I followed 5 very strategic prompts that I created that helped me break it down and process all of it to help me go from this one thought that I picked out of my emotional brain dump, not all of it. I just picked one of the themes from it. And then I worked through it so that I didn't get stuck in the emotion, but I came out of it with clarity and an action and a feeling that I wanted to have or the need that I wanted to achieve. That rhymed. So that's how I started to get in touch with my inner voice. I turned it into the Calm Mind Blueprint. It's a free resource, and I'll pop it in the show notes for you. Intuition, though, is something that you don't need to always journal through. So journaling will help you start to get in touch with it. But then my goal for you would be to, at any given moment, kind of pause and turn inward and ask yourself, what is it that I need right now? And instantly, oh, this is it. It's so hard to get there when you're so disconnected from yourself. I just was watching a YouTube video that was so eye-opening. The one thing that stood out to me was she said that in order to be an intuitive, so I think she was more so talking about like psychic abilities, but she was saying in order to be an intuitive, you need to release all attachments, all judgments and expectations, because if you are thinking of any of those things and hanging on to any of those things, you'll want to hold on to those things instead of hearing what you actually need or what is actually meant for you. So if you think of some area of your life that you're looking for guidance or an answer or just direction, and you're like, oh, I wish I could tap into my intuition so that I would just know. Yet you are holding on to this expectation of it has to be in line with the path I'm already on. Then you're not going to get the clear direction that you might want. The example that's coming up for me right now is for the longest time, I had this inkling that I wasn't in the right relationship. And this was before I was even married. But I was, for some reason, afraid to leave. And I just told myself, no, this is the relationship I'm meant to be in. This is the man that I'm meant to stay with. And so I was not receptive to receiving anything outside of that. Any intuitive guidance that I had must align with me being in that relationship. And you might be experiencing this in your relationship, or you might be experiencing this in your career. Maybe you're looking for career guidance, but you are holding on to that expectation that it has to align with the offers that you already have. Because if it doesn't, then it feels scary. It feels scary to think that without that relationship or getting rid of all of your offers and starting over, it's kind of like you're floating on no solid ground. And if you just hold on to the belief that at least if I have my partner, or at least if I have my business or these offers, at least if I'm quote unquote on the right track, that feels safer. That's where my journaling entry went. And so today I'm going to prompt you through that. So let's get into it. Prompt number 1, where in your life would you like intuitive guidance? Think relationships, career, or another area. Prompt number 2, in that specific area, what expectations, judgments, attachments, or maybe even beliefs are you holding on to? Prompt number 3, what are you afraid to uncover or to feel? And lastly, if you want to journal through this, or maybe you just want to close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and just ask, or you can write down, now that I've released these things and I'm open to receiving, what words of advice or guidance am I ready to receive? And see what comes through for you. Sometimes you might get a very clear nudge, and other times it might be nothing. If it's nothing, that is just as good. Just know that you're creating that space. And the more that you do this practice, the more that that space allows for that guidance to come in. This is all about helping you to release that sense of control. If the controller is one of your top sabotage patterns, then this might feel especially difficult for you, but that just means that this is going to be especially powerful for you. I'm excited for you to feel the power of tapping into your intuition and trusting that inner voice, trusting your intuition. I hope that you enjoyed this practice. And again, you can click the link in the show notes for the Calm Mind Blueprint to download those 5 journaling prompts to help you process even more that comes up in your life and to hear your inner voice. Thank you for journaling with me today, and I will see you next week. Thanks for joining me for today's journal entry. If something resonated with you, I'd love to know about it. Screenshot this episode, share it on social media, and tag me at samantha.s.says, or even leave a review, which will help more women find this podcast to create more fulfillment in their career and as a mom. And hey, if you're thinking, I wish I could get more of this, I've got you covered. Click on the link in the show notes, which I customize each week based on what we're talking about. And I always include the link to the Calm Mind Blueprint, which are my 5 journal prompts to go from overwhelm to inner peace in 2 to 10 minutes a day. Subscribe so that you catch my Thursday 5-minute journal with me episodes and next week's full episode where we will continue this journey together. I'll see you then.